year 1989 was vaguely uneventful. There were a few things that happened. One of those was a wall somewhere got taken down, and I was born. This was actually the very first pedal that I ever owned, and so when I saw one come up on eBay being sold by a nice chap called John on eBay, I thought, right, yeah, that's a good price, £60. Let's satisfy a little bit of nostalgia. And it turns out the guy I bought it from, same situation, right, where this was the first pedal he could ever remember owning. It's the Boss BE5, came out in 1989. Now, doesn't look like much. I think, though, a little bit underappreciated in some ways. Let's find out if it's junk or not. Things that are good about it, you can run it off of 9 volts. Other things that are good about it, it's got a send and return, surprisingly enough. Tuner output, input, and then dual output. So the chorus has chorus on one side, and then the other is dry, much like a Boss chorus pedal. Then what else? We got essentially running from this side a compressor, overdrive distortion, the DD3, a noise suppressor, and then a chorus. And the thing is that these are like, it's all analog versions, just, you know, the analog pedals from Boss put onto one circuit board. I don't know how reliable these things are, but, you know, this is now 36 years old, roughly. Seems to be still kicking. So let's see it outside. It seems like there's a little bit of kind of shrinkage around this area. But, yeah, let's see what it's like. I'll plug it in. Interesting that it's got that send and return, because this could be a candidate, you know, pair that with like a Strymon Iridium or a Walrus Audio, whatever you actually use, you know, to get some analog effects around your HX Stomp or whatever. It might not be a bad thing at all.
This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses.
Clean tone happening. Or I did. then a chorus. So definitely that compressor, I think, is dodgy. So I think actually this thing still could be useful for a lot of people. This actual unit itself, this connection over here is dodgy, and I think the compressor is dodgy. So that might be, you know, reliability and stuff like that, possibly a factor here, right? But this drive an actual really versatile drive section, and then of course the Boss DD3. So really nice from that regard, and then also we've got the chorus here. Some really, really useful effects here, essentially. Compressor doesn't seem to be working. I think actually that's a fantastic little piece of kit. I'm going to be seeking one of these out if we've got one that's, you know, in actual giggable condition. Some of these pots seem pretty noisy, and the back is broken, so essentially this circuit board connectivity is an issue. But if I could find one that was working, I feel like this would actually be a really useful tool. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you have one of these? Have you got one of them still? Are you looking to move one on? Let me know if you... In conclusion, I can't remember exactly why I got rid of mine in the first place. I think maybe I moved on to the Marshall AVT amp and then this kind of went to the wayside. Or maybe I had reliability issues with mine. I can sort of, I don't know, I'm getting some sort of flashbacks about, you know, connections that don't really work properly. So anytime you sort of press these pedals, it's moving the jack ever so slightly and then just cutting out sound. So obviously I couldn't gig this particular example, which was basically what I was hoping to be able to do, was actually use one of these like as a backup or something. But this one, for whatever reason, yeah, those connections are intermittent, so either it needs a service or, you know, I don't know if this is the sort of thing that is easily serviceable or not. These switches as well, I think, might end up needing to be replaced or at least cleaned. So maybe it doesn't have the reliability factor of quite a lot of Boss's other pedals. Maybe that's a factor into why they don't make these anymore, or you know, things like this. But in general, I think actually, in terms of speed, getting something from out of the box to usable tones, in particular the overdrive distortion, I'm really liking. I'm liking the idea that you can go between distortion and overdrive. The digital delay is workmanlike. The chorus is perfectly decent. The compressor on this one doesn't seem to be working properly either. Maybe that needs a cap changed or something. But yeah, overall, very positive kind of tonal things going on with it, I think. Let me know if you've gigged one of these things or how you got on with yours. Did you ever have one of these? Yeah, it's like 35 years old now, but I think actually holds up pretty well, except for kind of the reliability factor.